Hi, hello. This is the third or fourth video I have done this morning. The first one was at 5:30 and they all had to be deleted for one thing and another. Batteries went, the mic went off, the video was off, everything was just wrong. So I'm now starting again. This morning I did the coasters here. I'd already done the base of the coasters, and then I added another layer, just a small layer this morning. I did all that and everything else. So I thought, right, I've got myself a nice cup of coffee because I'm a coffee buff, and I thought I will do something different now. Hello and welcome. This is Kath from C&G Resin Crafts. Please subscribe to my channel. Please comment and send all your notifications and everything else, and please watch my videos. I do need the views. It's difficult to get started off, I know, and I'm sorry I haven't been here for a while, but things have happened. I ran out of resin, my daughter graduated, and I explained all this morning, and now to no avail. So what I have decided to do is I have these flowers, and although they're artificial and I think they're fabric, I've got my gloves on, but yeah, they are fabric, and I'm not worried about the fabric in that sense, but I've got these plastic things on the back, and what I think I might do is cut them off and put them into one of my little jars and make a little, not a trinket, I've got trinket boxes, but I make a little jar. So I might do that. I sort of got a bit lost on what I was going to do, and I have sent off an order on Temu. I am an affiliate, so if you go on to Temu, and all the bits and pieces are on my description page, and if you go on there, you can, if you've never been on Temu before, the prices are absolutely phenomenal. If you do download it via my link, you can get up to £100 bonus vouchers, and you can also get 50% off your first order. So that's a good thing just to start with. But anyway, I'm going to try these fabric things. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use many. I'm just going to mix my resin and then go from there. So of course, I'm using my usual Sigwong resin. I use the same one all the time. I just love it because the bubbles sort of don't really exist. It's fabulous. So I'm going to put in here, now if I'm not mistaken, I think it's something like 6 ounces, if I'm not mistaken. But so I'm going to go up to, perhaps I'll do 8. So if I do 4 and 4, so I'll go up to yeah, I'll do 100, I'll go 200 milliliters. So I'll do 100 milliliters and then 200 milliliters, I think. Ounces, 6, 8 ounces. Oh, I might actually do the ounces. Yeah, I'll do the ounces. So let's do 4 ounces. Well, actually, I might do 3.5 and then do it to 6. No, I'm going to go to 4. So 4 ounces of my B. I like to put the B in first because it's always slightly thicker than the A, in my opinion. And now I'm going to go up to the next line up there with my A. I used to measure or weigh them on a weighing scale, but I found I always had a lot of resin left over, especially on the bee resin. I always had quite a bit left over. At least when I do it this way, I tend to be using sort of the same amount. So I've got that. So I'm going to mix this slowly while I tell you about what I have done. So let's set an alarm for 3 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Starting now.
Thank you. So my daughter graduated, oh gosh, it's going to be a fortnight yesterday. And I think that was about the last time when I actually put a video up, and we had the most amazing day. I was immensely proud. It was a great event. So she graduated from university, and I wanted the day to continue, and we went out then after for an amazing meal. We had a brilliant day, and I was so proud of her. And she's still waiting for 3 modules to be marked, or 3 papers to be marked, and she's already, oh gosh, I think about 2 points away from a first. So although they take the average over the 3 years, I think she's such a clever girl. Anyway, we went out, and there was my dad, my niece, my daughter, her boyfriend, and my son. And we had the most phenomenal day. I have to be honest. It was a day like, it was beautiful. The weather was nice. There were cloudy bits, but we had a great day. So that was that. So I mean, planning that all in between and going out there was such a big thing. I do have an older daughter. She didn't go. Apparently, she had to look after her children while she couldn't get somebody to babysit. Is her thing. I'm not going to go into that because that's up to her. But we did have a great day, and that was that. And then my son, he had things on. I'm so proud of him as well, because he's nearly 27. His birthday's the last but one day in August, so he's always been the youngest in his year group. And he used to be such a skinny little, tiny little thing when he was young, and then all of a sudden you look at him now and he's 6'2", but he's autistic, and he's a functioning autistic. He works and everything else, but he's autistic with ADHD, so he was always a bit of a handful. But and then my oldest daughter, who's got 2 little boys, and I'm immensely proud of all 3 of them, to be honest. They're all different in every way, as anybody with children would know. So yeah, and then I ran out of resin. Oh gosh, so I couldn't do anything. Alexa, stop. There's my timer, but I'm going to continue going on for a little bit more. So I ran out of resin, and that was a nuisance. Of course, I couldn't get anything, and then until payday. So payday came, and I bought some more, and we are where we are. So anyway, this morning I came down at 5:30. I did all my video. I got everything set up. I had my mic on. I had everything all sorted, and everything was great. And then I moved the video, or the iPad, not realizing that I moved it, so that went off the screen. Could only see half a picture, which I didn't realize, and my mic battery went, and oh my goodness. But anyway, I ended up doing these. I gotta take that off there because it's going downhill slightly. There's a bit of I've got this lip and it goes down a little bit, so I want it to be straight. So I am going to just move this over here slightly so that I have a little bit more room here to put those there. Right. So now I am going to put some resin, actually I might use this one, into my little pot here. So I'm going to put some resin in there. Not a great deal, but enough to cover my roses, because like I said, they're material. And I need to get them covered in resin. Let them absorb. Because although they're not real flowers, it's all about the impression, isn't it? So, and then I'm going away tomorrow for just for the weekend. It is Friday today. It's the 3rd. It's Thursday. Thursday the 3rd of August 2023. So tomorrow I'm going away with my daughter, my oldest, and her children, just for 2 days or 3 days, in just a simple caravan or like a static van. So we're going away for a few days. So I'll leave those in there just to absorb the resin. Now, oh, I've got hair over those. Right, okay. So I'm going to make a pot, and I like these. I make these little pots and things, which they're so handy. I've also ordered some new, I don't know what they are, like sort of storage little units I can put here, because I've got these at the moment and they take up so much room, and I decided I needed storage units I can shut the drawers and we're done. So what do I do with this? Do I add glitter, or do I add a colour, or do I leave it clear? Now normally I would add it all, but I want to be able to see the flowers. So what I think I might do is add like a simple, I've got these iridescent things here, which I might put some of those in, and I do have another bag. So I might put those into the resin, and I've got another bag here of it, because this comes with my resin. They give you a bag and all the little iridescents that come with it. So I do use them up. I like to use them up. They actually give you like a plastic thing to put over your units. And I think, I mean, that's a different, is that a different colour? It's like, yes, this is pink. And this is, oh, that might be handy. I might just use the pink ones if that's the case. And go from there. That's perfect. So that is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this into there. Get my scissors back. And so my plan is, I'm just thinking in my head now, my plan is when I get enough people, I'd like to do a live. And when I do a live, I'm going to be giving things away. And I love giving things away. I mean, I want to give as many things away as I possibly can. I've got so many things here that I've made, and I wouldn't sell my display stuff that I do on YouTube, but I would definitely give it away to anybody who is interested. You know, I mean, if anybody wants it, I could give all of it away, not at once to one person, but to everybody who joins, and even things like that. Oh, also, I've got a coffee link, so if anybody wants to buy me a coffee, please feel free, because I am such a coffee buff at the moment. I've just got an espresso with simple milk in, but I definitely am a coffee buff. And it's just something that, you know, I mean, if I haven't got enough coffee in the day. I don't know what happens to me. I just sort of almost lose the plot. So I want this now. There's enough resin in there. So let's put that in there, going upwards from the bottom, going up. Right, there's one. So I've got 4 altogether. So there we go. That's 2. Oh, good job I got gloves on. Oh, I've lost the top. Never mind, won't hurt. It'll be down on the bottom anyway. 3. Move that over a little bit. And number 4. Whoa. And there. 4. There you go. So let's move some of these around a little bit. I've ordered some more items from Temu, and I've got an affiliate link, like I said, from Temu. So if anybody is interested, do it. And when my items come, I'm going, oh my God, I got it everywhere. I'm going to do a haul, and I'm going to show you what I've bought. So the more people I get on my channel, the more I can give away and the more I can do. So like I said, you know, I mean, please join me on my channel. So I'm just going to carefully, I hope you can see. No, you can't, can you? I do apologise. Let me turn it around so you can see. There we are, we're right in the middle. So I'm just pouring this on top, just slowly, so that it just goes down. This sparkle is beautiful, this iridescence. I've actually bought some of these iridescence in the paper form, you know, in the long strips form from Temu. Obviously I'm waiting for them. I can't think what else I bought. I bought some molds and different things. Have you seen the little rubber sliders they've got? They're amazing. Some of them are like £1.30 something, just for a pair of sliders. Can you believe it? Wow. So you must get on there. Please get on there. I can see some bubbles rising. That I'm not worried about at all. There's a lot of bubbles rising. Just going to leave a little bit. Can you see all the big bubbles coming up? A little bit of space there. Let's move that out the way. Oh, this is messy today. So I'm just bashing it to get the air out. This is what I didn't want to do. Good job I got gloves on mine. Mind you, I wouldn't do it without gloves. I have a bit of an allergy towards things like this. I can't wear things like fake nails. I can't wear the acrylic or the gel. My fingers itch like mad. So I can't wear anything like this. The air is definitely coming out of these things. And the thing is, they're fabric, so they will absorb some air, and they're upside down. Oh, get down. Oh, I should be using the stick really, shouldn't I? Oh my goodness, I'm getting this everywhere by where it should. Look, it's all over my hands now in the stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill that up a little bit more to the top, and I'm just going to leave it for an hour or so. And then when I come back later, I will come down, check on it, and pop some bubbles. I'll put some spray on it first, but I want to put it in a place where it's going to be even. You can see the bubbles coming up on it. I'm not worried about bubbles actually. I think it adds to the aesthetic, and because the iridescent piece is in there, look at the sticks coming up to the top. Get down there, you little beastie. So yes, if anybody wants to buy me a coffee, that would be amazing. And I would like anybody to join my community, because I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot of giveaways. Now in the top, I'm going to put the other ones. So I think I'll put these in first. Now I've got to think that it goes upside down. That is actually the top. So I need these to go the other way. So if I put them in that way, no, I can't put them in there because they're too big. What if I oh my goodness me, look at the state of it. Right, let me take the glove off. I can always put another one on. Right. Okay, so let's oh my goodness. So you'll have to excuse my hands. My thumbs are awful because I did have acrylics on and I lost the whole of the nail. That's how I know I'm allergic to acrylics, so I do apologise for my fingers. Normally I have nice nails. They're just starting to come back a little bit now. I've got a little bit of a growth on there, but yeah, it's taken the best part of 12 months to actually get some kind of nail, because I think it actually ruined the whole thing. So I virtually lost the whole nail. The other one's the same as well. So I'm just wondering if I've lost the whole thumbnail itself and how it performs. I don't know. That might be enough. I'll get some alcohol on them later. Oh gosh. Now, gloves. So, oh, right. There we go. So yeah, I try not to do it now without any gloves at all. If it's something that I have to do, then it's something that I have to do. But bit of a shame really, because I do like things like that. But oh, there's a hair there, look. Oh, it's a cat hair. Yes, my cat was playing with these stupid flowers earlier on. This is George, G for George. And he, believe it or not, he was running around with them. I should have videoed it because he had the whole lot in his mouth and he was running around the place with them. I think he thinks sometimes he's a dog. And if I stand at the garden and I say to him, go on then, go to toilet, he goes off and he does his toilets, and then he comes back as if to say, I need a treat now, Mum, you know, and I think, oh God. So he's great. I'll take that one out because that's a bit thick. Okay. The bubbles are easing off on there now. So now we're on to the top. It's not often that I do clear. I always have to put a colour. I just love doing a colour. I have ordered some bits and pieces to make up my resin stuff, you know, to colour them. And oh my gosh, it doesn't take a lot, does it? There we go. Yeah, these have got bubbles in as well, you see. I'll come back later and I'll get a long shringy bit of something. See if any more bubbles come out if I tap this. They might not. I mean, like I say, it doesn't matter. It always adds to the aesthetic. And I mean, you know, nature's got bubbles around it. It could be like the dew, the morning dew and things like that. So hopefully that will work well. So I'm going to put these on this just by there. I have put I've got a mesh thing there to make sure that my paper is flat and secure, and it is, which is great. So I've done that. Oh, look, there's a rise in it. The thing is, they're plastic and they're going to leave them, I think. Just let them get on with it. It's all natural then, isn't it? So, yeah, there's bubbles in there too. That's fine. That's okay. It is what it is. But I'll come back later and I'll just go over them. Let me just give it a spritz just to get rid of what's on the top. And I think they're going to look lovely, you know. I really do think they're going to look nice. Can you see? Yes, there we are, you can see. So I hope they're going to look nice. I've got to find something now to mix all this stuff into. So what am I going to use? Oh, that's George coming through the window because I'm in the living room. He comes into my bedroom and he doesn't purr, he more or less moans. Boo, boo. George, I can hear you. Oi, George, come on. Right, now, what am I going to do? What can I do with this? Do you know what? I got this one, which is another pot I've got, and I might just put the bottom of this in there just to start it off, because I can. This takes an awful lot of resin. Again, it was from Temu, and like I say, it takes an awful lot of resin. So I'm just, actually, I'll just turn it around so you can see what I'm doing. I'm right-handed and I do a lot of things with my left. So I'm just going to pour it in and it will find its own level eventually. Actually, I'm sort of ambidextrous. I used to be a hairdresser a long time ago, and I do a lot of things with both hands. George, get out from behind the sofa. Oh my gosh, this cat. Yes, we're up early this morning. I take, I've got arthritis and I've got a severe chronic back ache, and you know, I've got problems. I do have severe backache, so I take a lot of medication, and the medication I have really upsets my sleeping pattern, and oh my goodness me. So sometimes I sleep in the day and sometimes I sleep at night, and last night I didn't sleep at night, and I didn't sleep a lot in the day, really. Well, that didn't take as much resin as I thought it would, you know. I thought it would take a lot. I know it's the top that takes a lot, actually. Because the top has got like, oh, listen to him growl. I'm so glad he's on there. I'm so glad that you heard him growl, because I've never been able to record him growling. George, come on. He does a mad 5. He runs around the house and he growls while he's doing it. You can tell he's on a mad 5 minutes or 10. He's so loving. Well, not loving, but he's so funny. He's such a comfort to me. You know, he really is good company. He doesn't like me to go too close to him. I mean, I can touch him, obviously, but he doesn't like to do the face thing. He's a bit funny like that. He doesn't like people going too close to his face. Although he does let me, he chooses not to do it himself. He's not one of these cats that will go up to your face and start sitting next to you and rolling their chin around and everything else. He's not like that. So I used to have a dog, and I think it was a year December, yeah. I had to have him put down. It broke my heart. The only dog I've ever had that was mine, and I waited until my children were older because they always wanted a pet, and I used to say no because it's such a big thing when you're working and you've got children, and I thought no. Anyway, when I wasn't working, I lost my mum in 2013, and that's when he was born, and I had him in 2013. Well, actually, I lost my mum in 2014, and I had him. My mother died in 2014, and I had Ted in October of 2013, and he took me through the loss of my mum, and he was a little Bichon, and oh my gosh, I loved him so much. I wouldn't let him out on his own. He never went out without me. He would, I would take him on holiday, and he'd sit next to me, and he was such a pleasure. If I was upset, he'd come and sit next to me, and he'd be licking my tears, and I miss him. And then all of a sudden, my son decided he was going to buy me this, not buy me, but get me this cat. And I had George as a kitten, and I just instantly fell in love, and I didn't want another animal. I didn't think, I think it's like children, I didn't think another animal would take the place, but I think it was what I needed. I just absolutely love him now. So, it's, oh my God, I got resin everywhere. So let me take my gloves off, and then we can just wipe up the rubbish and get rid of all this gunky stuff. And George. And people say, why have you called him George? One, because it actually suits him. He's not a Mr. Cuddles or Mr. Fluffy kind of guy. We also have, my daughter has a cat called Fred, and it seemed to be appropriate. So we have Fred and George, and 2 boys. And people say, you shouldn't have boys together. And oh my gosh, this is so sticky. And they're right, because they do sort of fight against dominance, or who's going to be the most dominant, but they've both been neutered, and they just love each other. Fred didn't like George in the beginning. He was quite put out by him, but he decided that he'll give him a go, and sure enough, now they get on really well together. They're like partners in crime, to be fair. If there's another cat in the garden, they both do it. They're like a little tag team. And oh my gosh, if they go hunting, or they bring a dead bird back or something, it's just horrendous. Now I tend to put a bit of alcohol onto my hands just to wipe them, and I get the wipe then just to wipe that off. But it does help to get rid of some of the icky stuff on there, and I'll go out then in a minute and wash my hands properly. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully I can I'll try and come back later and see how the bubbles are going. It should be fine, because they seem to have stopped here, and some of those bits have come up, which could be lovely on the top as well. and there's only a few on there. I'll come back later and check those out. But I think it should be nice, and this is actually filled up really well here. Hopefully we can demold. I can try and sort out my settings on my iPad to get that done. So anyway, I'm going to leave you there for now. Hopefully if I can sort out the settings, and I know that there is a way, I'm sure there's a way to add the bits and pieces on your iPad. There has to be a way. So if I can get that sorted, I am going to add the demolding onto the end and go from there. And hopefully I can work out a way where I can do an intro and an outro, and we can get to know each other. But please subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment. Please leave a comment. I'd love everybody to see what I'm doing, and then we can get to know each other. And I'm dying to do a live and get to know who you are, because I've got so many things to give away. So please comment and do all that. So anyway, I shall hopefully see you in the demolding. If not, then I will video it, and then I will put the next video up as the demold. So I shall see you however it happens. Thank you for joining me today, and I will speak to you soon.